Alright, new riders. If you're not doing these drills, you're low-key setting yourself up to eat shit. Today I'm at some random netball court with some cones, in hopes that today I'm going to show you a few drills that'll make you a better rider. So instead of talking your ear off, let's get stuck into it.
Alright, just a quick one before we get back into the video. If you're enjoying the content so far, smash the like button, consider subscribing, and absolutely abuse that hype button. I'm currently on a mission to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and every click actually helps me more than you think. If you want to see shit that I simply can't post anywhere else, then you should definitely go check out my Patreon. And if you subscribe to the Ride or Die tier, you'll get your name on my helmet. So definitely go check it out. If you want to rep the brand and find out more what it means to be exiled, then check out exiledpower.store. You'll find absolutely nothing but quality over there. I've also opened up an official Discord server where we'll chat shit, organize ride nights, movie nights, and much more. So you should definitely go check that out. I'm also live on Twitch every Sunday arvo. That's afternoon for you international viewers. So go check it out, hit that follow button, and come catch me when I'm live. All links are below in the description. I absolutely appreciate every single one of you. Now let's get back into it.
So for the first drill, we're going to set out 2 sets of cones. We're going to say put one here and about 5 to 8 meters apart. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just walk it out in feet, whatever. Just eyeball it like I do. So let's say about here. The first drill we're going to do is clutch control. And the best way to do that is to set your cones out like this. You've got point A and point B. 2 sets of cones, about 5 to 8 meters apart. Now what we're going to do in those sets of cones is we're going to approach them from point A and move all the way up to point B slowly. And in doing that, that's going to teach us some clutch control and brake control and bike stability. Let me demonstrate. So firstly, I'm going to come around and we're just going to sit in first gear for the whole thing. We're going to come around and I'm going to go nice and wide so we can line up properly. So we're going to come to about here, right? So we're going to stop at point A. You're going to be holding that clutch in. You're going to be finding that friction point. The moment you start to feel it grab, it'll start to pull away. And you want that right foot gently resting on that rear brake, like so. And once you find that point, you're going to add a little bit of throttle. Then once you find that point, you're going to take off. You're going to be riding that rear brake and adding throttle at the same time. The more pressure you put on that rear brake, the more stable you're going to be. So the whole idea behind this is to teach you proper control and stability of your bike, as well as learning clutch control, the friction point. It's sort of several drills all in one. It'll teach you your clutch control, throttle control, brake control, and overall stability of your bike. So ideally, when you come to a stop like this, you're going to be on your clutch like so. You're going to let it out nice and slowly while riding that rear brake for the sake of this exercise. Oh, got a bit of fluff. Then as you do so, you add a bit of throttle, ride that rear brake. The more throttle and rear brake you add while letting that clutch sort of sit like that, the more stable your bike is going to be. You can make this point A to point B much longer, so you get more practice, like a longer run, if that makes sense. So again, we'll approach it while riding the rear brake, clutch, add throttle, and see how my RPMs are going up, but my speed isn't. That's because I'm riding that rear brake, I'm controlling that clutch, and I'm adding steady throttle to keep the RPMs nice and steady. Which in turn, the more RPMs you have, the more stable it's going to be. One more time, approaching nice and steady. And I'm going about 4 kilometers an hour. The more throttle you add, the more stable you're going to be. You're riding that rear brake. It's super easy stuff. The more you do it, the better you're going to get at it.
Clutch control is usually the number one thing that new riders mess up the most. The idea behind this drill is to teach you clutch control, brake control, throttle control, and stability of your bike. Using your clutch to ride the friction zone while adding steady throttle to keep your RPMs steady, and also while riding your rear brake. The more throttle you add to increase the RPMs, the more rear brake you'll want to add. And while doing those two things, you're still riding the friction zone of your clutch. Combine all that together and you've got a nice, stable, slow ride.
So now let's set up for drill number 2. All right, so the next drill we're going to do is U-turns, tight U-turns to be exact. Now I'm going to try and set it up here, and the idea is you want to sort of make that. See that sort of arch going around this post here? That's what we're going to make with these cones, but we're going to do it in the opposite direction because we're going to come in from this way, we're going to come wide, and we're going to hit that tight U-turn. So we're going to start here as the main point. Try and make it like sharp, but like realistic in a way. If you don't have enough cones like I do, just spread them out and use your imagination, because your boy doesn't have enough cones. So we're going to go one there, one there, one there. And let's say like we'll have one here as like the entry point. So we're going to come wide, come to the entry point, and try and do a U-turn, tight U-turn. Let's see how that goes. So that's going to be our tight U-turn. I should have had more cones to properly demonstrate this, but you get the gist. Now the idea with the U-turn is to pretty much the same as a slow riding. It's going to teach you stability, clutch control, brake control, the lot. So we're going to come in from this side. Now you can either go on the inside of it or the outside of it. So doing that, you're going to be riding your clutch and riding your rear brake. No front brake. So we're going to clutch in, rear brake, a little bit of throttle whilst holding that clutch in, and we're feathering that rear brake to create more stability for us. Coming in. And you can make it tighter if you want to, but having it sort of a car width to 2 car widths apart, it's ideal. And now you can come from the other side as well, because obviously you don't want to practice one side too much. And you're going to come in just like that. Don't overcomplicate it, and ensure that you're looking where you want to go. So clutch in, feathering the rear brake, and we're looking through. You're only adding a minuscule amount of throttle. When feathering that clutch, that'll allow you to find the speed that you want to go, and you'll eventually find that sweet spot while adding a little bit of throttle, just like so. Nice and easy. So before going on the inside, you can always go wide on the outside of the cones to make it a little easier for yourself, to get you a little bit more comfortable, because then there's no sort of restrictions and on that you're going to hit a cone and freak out. So you can always start wide, and then you can always eventually come in on the inside like so. And like I said, you can make it as tight or loose as you want. That sounded crazy. The next drill is going to be helping you with steering and counter steering. So to set this up, we're going to grab our shitty, flimsy, trusty cones, and we are going to set these up about 3 to 4 meters apart, roughly 10 feet, 11 feet apart. The easiest way to do that is to set up your first cone, and you just count them out with your feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Roughly about there. Put that in front of your toe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another one there. And you can kind of like keep going as much as you want. I'll probably use all the cones to give you a better idea. Right there is your cone setup. Alrighty, Jays and Lenderman. So with your cones set up about 3 to 4 meters apart, which is about 10 to 11 feet, we are going to simply swerve through these cones. This will teach you steering, counter steering, and pretty much how your bike handles. This is probably my favorite to do. Now, if you've got more cones than I have, you can sort of set up a little course for yourself, okay? So let's say you've got your cones, you're going to swerve through them. At the end of the cones, you could incorporate your U-turn with another set of cones. So you'll finish this, you'll come up to your U-turn, you'll do your tight U-turn, you'll come back through, and then you'll have a point A to point B, and that'll be your slow riding section. Then you'll loop around on another tight U-turn, and you'll swerve through. Start up the old piss missile, we'll fucking loop around. We're still gonna stay in first gear for this part. You can speed up to second gear once you're comfortable, but for the sake of this, we're just gonna stay in first gear. So same thing, we're sort of riding that clutch, riding that rear brake, adding a little bit of throttle, and weaving through. Nice and easy. Then we'll do a shitty tight U-turn. Then you've got your slow riding section here. And then approach your tight U-turn again. And all this does is it really teaches you great control of your bike, how much pressure to put on the rear brake, how much clutch to fucking do, and how much throttle to add. Try not to overcomplicate it, and ensure you're using your head to see where you want to go. So you're not going to be staring at the cone that you're going towards, because you'll more than likely hit it. You want to sort of picture the cone in front of you, you're going to see it, and then you're going to look in front of it where you want the front of your bike to go, and you're going to maneuver it with your body. You're going to move your hips and the handlebars all in one swift motion. So I'll go one more time in first gear, and then we'll give it a crack in second gear. Now, if those cones are too close together for you, you can always separate them a little bit more until you get comfortable to bring them in closer. I wouldn't really suggest bringing them closer than 3 to 4 meters, because like at the end of the day, you don't need to have them that bloody close to each other. So we're in second gear now, probably going a bit too fucking slow. Like that. Nice and easy. Ideally stay in first gear, because you don't really need to be putting in second gear for this. So clutch, rear brake, add some throttle, get some movement in there, get frisky with it. Try and get comfortable. It's not going to be the end of the world if you hit the cones, and by all means, come back around and hit it from the other angle. Hopefully that helps in a way that you can understand how your bike now moves and steers. All right, so the next drill is emergency braking. So to break it down nice and simple, we've got our start zone. From the start zone, this is where you'll accelerate up to about 20 to 30 kilometers an hour. Honestly, do it at your own pace. In the test, it's about 20 to 30 kilometers an hour, but that's something I'll address in a different video. For now, we just want to get you the fundamentals, and we want to try and avoid you becoming mashed potato out on the road. So we've got our start point. You'll accelerate from here up to about, let's say, 20 kilometers an hour, and you'll hit your brake zone. This is roughly 4 meters, okay, which is about, I'm pretty sure it's about the length of the test here in Victoria. It's about 3 to 4 meters. I think he starts it off at 7, and then he cuts it back down to 3 or 4 meters. Something like that. Don't quote me on that, it's been a while. But we've got it set out about 4 meters here, which is about 10 feet, roughly. After accelerating to 20 kilometers an hour, we are going to hit this point with our front wheel. We are going to brake when our front wheel hits this line. Not before, not after. Front brake and rear brake, engage here. We are going to stop within this square. Now, if your bike has ABS, this will be super easy. You'll feel it jolt and stutter in the handlebars. That's completely normal. That's what ABS is. If you don't have ABS, that's also fine. This is still doable for you as well. This will probably take you a few attempts to get the hang of it, but by all means, practice, practice, practice. So I'm going to demonstrate what the fuck I'm on about so it's a bit clearer for your faces. And start in first gear, because we're eventually going to work our way up into second. So we've hit our start point, and we're braking. Super easy stuff. We're going to try that again. Hello camera. So what I might do is I will stop here. This will be where we will approach the starting zone. We'll speed up to 20 to 30 kilometers an hour while in first gear. And once we hit 20 to 30, we're going to maintain that speed. The second our front wheel hits that line in the brake zone, we're going to engage our front brake, rear brake. And for the sake of the exercise, we're also going to engage the clutch. We're also going to try and keep our hands away from the front brake and the clutch whilst approaching. Doing that will sort of simulate a real life braking situation because you're not going to be on your brakes or clutch the entire time. So let's say it's an unexpected situation, you're going to engage a clutch, front brake, rear brake. However, in severe situations, you're not going to worry about the clutch. Who gives a shit if you stall? The idea is to stop the bike from hitting whatever is pulled out in front of you, whether it be a kangaroo, koala, a fucking emu. Who knows in Australia, honestly. All right, so let's go. Hands off everything, no brakes, and we accelerate and everything. We're slamming it all. Clutch, front brake, rear brake, everything. Now the idea is to get you comfortable on how your bike brakes, but you don't want to slide. If you slide, you fail your test. But again, I'll address that in a different video. So we're gonna go again, not riding anything, and now. Now, you don't have to stress about getting your feet to the ground. That's going to happen. You need to be able to plant your feet after emergency braking. I am going to try, with this lack thereof distance, to get it in second gear, which is usually what you're going to do in the test. You're going to be in second gear, 20 to 30, and now. Don't be shy to really fucking squeeze those brakes if you've got ABS. If you don't have ABS, be mindful of how hard you squeeze them. There's a sweet spot to it. And now I want to show you guys what happens when you brake without engaging that clutch. Just so you guys aren't freaked out, because your bike will stall and it will turn off. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to bin it. So for this one, we're not going to engage the clutch at all. We're just going to brake. Boom. Stalled, cuts off. It will jolt a little bit and it will scare you, but don't freak out. You're not going to die, hopefully. If you're a new rider or even an experienced rider, practice these drills religiously. And if you have any other tips and tricks you want to share, slap them down in the comments below. And if you do practice these drills once a week, you will notice the difference. But if this helped you, drop a like, share it with a mate who just got his license. Ride smart, ride smooth, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.